What is going on, everybody? It is your boys, the Bull and the Duck, back for another episode of Bull Duck Gaming. Your boy, the Bullhammer, Andrew Parker, and Brian Rudolph, the Stallion Duck.
Woo!
Brian, how you feeling today?
Feeling good.
Yeah, hell yeah. So bit of housekeeping. As always, before we even get to the show, get it out of the way right at the top. First off, Twitter, Twitch, Bullduck Gaming, come find us. Twitch.tv/BulldduckGaming. That's right, I remembered the link this week. And at Bullduck Gaming on Twitter. You can find us both there. Of course, our good friends at Movie Mayhem. Brand new episode. They just finished season 4. That's lasted over a year at this point. Of course, you boys were on last week. This week, Mikey and his girlfriend Anna are back, and they're all reviewing Maximum Overdrive. So check that out if you're interested. And last but not least, the Picked Last podcast. No previous episode this past week, but stay tuned on that feed all week. We've got some special episodes coming up as we wrap up the season. Get ready for the Super Bowl. All right, Brian, you ready to fucking do this?
I'm ready to fucking do this.
Well, why don't you let me know what the fuck have you been playing lately?
All right, there's been a couple of things we've been playing. First thing on the list, Life is Strange 2, Episode 2.
Oh, yeah. Now, I have not played this yet.
I'm not going to go into
no
spoilers.
But give me your thoughts.
Did you watch the trailer? Can I talk about the trailer?
Yeah. I mean, I saw the trailer. I saw at the end of episode 1 when it kind of says, like, here's what's coming up next on Life is Strange.
Well, in the trailer, they show that you go to a new town, you find your grandparents, and as it showed in the trailer, it was all in the trailer, so this isn't spoilers. The grandparents is that old woman from Captain Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's cool seeing more of them. It's cool seeing a new area, and it's kind of fun being grounded in one place for a little bit rather than the first game where you're kind of all over the place.
Yeah, because the first episode is kind of like a big road trip the entire time.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one kind of grounds you a little more?
Yeah. It begins with heartbreak, and it ends with some dramatic action, and just a whole lot of good stuff all in between. I liked it much better than the first episode.
Okay, and
It was super buggy. If you check out our Twitch, I have a couple of clips on there of just some funny-looking bugs that happen.
Well, you have the whole episode up on Twitch, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So if anyone's interested, if anyone doesn't play these types of games but watches them, you could always come over to twitch.tv/Bullhammer. Brian's playthrough is up on there.
Bullduck Gaming, not Bullhammer.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Again, a long night last night. You could probably hear it in my voice. But, yeah, so Bullduck Gaming, you can check it out there. Check out Brian's playthrough of that. And, yeah, I'm excited, man. I can't wait to jump into that. I like the first episode.
Yeah. I liked the second episode much better, though. But you can't really talk too much without spoiling, and I don't want to do that.
I mean, that would always be the consensus, right? I mean, you'd hope you'd like the second episode better than the first.
Yeah.
The first kind of has to lay groundwork, and the second one is where it really can take off.
Yeah.
You know? What else has been on your list?
All right, so this is going to be a little smaller one because I just found it last night. I downloaded an early access game on PS4 called Switchblade, and it was actually pretty awesome. You first go in, and it's weird. For some reason, the menu is a hub that you walk around in. Like, you make your little character, and you can actually see them in the cockpit. But what this game is it's kind of like a car deathmatch. But there's some strange rules to this game. So you pick 2 cars for the match. It seems like you can't have any doubles anywhere. I think there's enough that the 5v5 game, everyone can have 2 cars. And you can't double up anywhere. So there's a couple of different kind of cars. There's like tanky cars or more agile cars. There's cars meant specifically for like heals and buffs. And you can swap out your car whenever in the match. Throughout the match, as you do good things and get points, you can use those points to upgrade either your super or your 2 abilities. And the point of the game is each team will have a tower and turrets. The way you have to defeat the tower, but the way you defeat the tower is weird. Automatically, NPC mobs will be sent out for your team, and they'll be heading towards the tower. The turrets take out the mobs. So what you need to do is you need to take down the turrets. Then, when the turrets are down, the mobs get in to break the shield of the tower, which then you can go in and finish it. Sounds like a lot. It's really not.
It honestly sounds like Rocket League's a MOBA.
It kind of feels that way. It doesn't drive that way, though.
Really?
It's very, like, the right stick is the camera, and the left stick is just, like, kind of, like, moving around. There's no acceleration button or anything like that. There's no jumping. But it felt really good. I liked the way it went. The map was a little too big. There's only one map right now because it is an early access. And like once the match started, it was just kind of like 15, 20 seconds of driving to get through the map to get all the way to the other side. But there were some other creative things in the game I really liked. Like when I died, for example, instead of using those points I got on my car, there was like overall team stat boost things I could add, it seemed like, or I could just use those points to respawn instantly instead of waiting like 10 seconds, which
that's pretty cool.
I guess that helps. But like I was terrible. I was looking at these two guys who like they were killing it. I don't know what they were doing. Like,
well, I mean, you only played one match.
Yeah, this one guy, I guess, who's playing a buff car. He had like a weird beam like flying off his car onto the other car, and that car was just unstoppable. So I guess there's like all these crazy ways to combo, and I'm excited to get back into it and try it out a little more.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to download that. As soon as you told me it's like Rocket League with battling, I was like, I'm in on this game.
It's less Rocket League-y, but it's definitely an interesting game. And like usually I don't like games that are all driving, but this one actually seemed pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my favorite car that I got to play was the tank car, and its super move is just, I don't remember. I think it's called like Fortress Mode or something. Your car just kind of gets really grounded and it can't move anymore. And your rate of fire just goes up. I think it's stronger, and you just become like a fortress.
Okay,
really
that sounds
dope.
interesting.
There was like a flamethrower. There was like a back shield, which the back shield was cool because if you just spin around, you can just drive backwards. It goes the same speed as forward, so you can just use it.
That's pretty dope. I like that.
It's just the turning might be a little weird.
Oh, okay. Anything else on your list that you've been playing?
I peeked into Realm Royale because they had their big update where they went free to play, and they changed up a lot of stuff. Well, some things. I went into the character menu, and it actually has the four classes lined up, and then like a little empty XP bar at the bottom. And what I'm gathering is that you just level up now. And then when I clicked on them, they actually have like, it's not like buffs or skill boosts. It's like alternative skills. So like instead of, say, with the chicken, you might revive faster, but then you won't have like run speed or something. It's just like a way to mix and match your character's skills.
You can kind of make like a custom loadout.
Yeah, it's like a loadout, but like for your abilities.
That's cool.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Because it kind of switches up the gameplay. You know what I mean? Makes it like a little deeper.
And also the menus just felt much better.
Okay, that's good.
Like, clicking into the store didn't feel dumb. I actually didn't look at the battle pass, and thinking back, I feel like a moron for not doing that. It's Pirates versus Ninjas. And I think you were saying PS Plus members get the battle pass for free?
I think I read that. I have to look into that.
I think I saw that too. I don't know if that's going to be the case, because with the free-to-play games on PlayStation, you don't need Plus. So maybe it's some kind of deal they made where if you have Plus, you'll get it.
Yeah.
But even if not, the Battle Pass is probably going to be worth it because it's a fun game.
Yeah, Pirates vs. Ninjas.
Good alternative to PUBG or Fortnite.
Yeah, and it's something I plan on jumping into this week after the Anthem beta ends.
Yeah.
And of course, Anthem beta. That's one of the big things I wanted to get into.
Yeah, I was going to let you talk about that more.
Yeah, I mean, really, honestly, that's the only thing I can say I've been playing this week. Of course, you know, I've been talking the past 2 weeks about Y2K and playing that. But I'm still making my way through that, but it's very, like, here and there. Like, for some reason, I'm still compelled to play it and have fun with it. Yeah. But I'm not, like, completely drawn into it. Like, I don't feel like, holy shit, this game's blowing me away.
Now, let me ask some questions about it.
Yeah.
Has the combat become more fun, or is it tedious?
The combat is probably the most tedious part of the game.
That's how I feel about, that was my memory of when I was playing Final Fantasy, but it was a lot different when I went back and played it. But turn-based is a little weird.
It's just like they add those mini games and like to do the damage and all those things that like should be fun, but they get so repetitive after every fight, and it feels like none of the moves really do a lot of damage.
See, that's how I felt when I played the first South Park game, where I was like, oh, it's turn-based, but it's interactive attacks. This will keep me interested. But then it was only a few attacks, so I was like, this is now just a chore.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
And how's the story shaping out to be?
The story's fine. It's nothing that's really grabbing me in a way that's, like, blowing my mind. But it gets into this whole, like, spiritual, like your body leaving your soul leaving your body, and, like, metaphysical, like, fucking
sounds like very
existences.
Hipster.
Yeah, it's an artsy game, for sure. The whole point of this game is you're trying to get this girl back who disappeared, and you found her in a building, and these the creatures that are, what are they called? They're like soul survivors, and it's like they came and like kidnapped her and like took her, and you don't know what the fuck these things are, and you're trying to figure out like what the hell even happened here. And it just gets really deep into, like, seeing God and, like, all these fucking, like...
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's really out there.
About a game about a guy who just came home from being away and just wants to listen to his vinyl records.
Yeah.
Go to the cafe.
It's bizarre, but for some reason I'm still, like, very interested. Like, I like the story progression parts. It's just traversing through the combat and everything else like that. That's getting very, like, repetitive, kind of dull.
I heard there were some loading screen issues about it being slow.
Yes, but I think it's more of an issue on Switch than it is on PS4 and Xbox.
I can see that.
Yeah, like, especially in handheld mode, it's like, every time I load into a fight, it's like a 45-second loading screen.
Jesus.
Yeah, like, it's really
Play on the dock, maybe that'll help.
Yeah, but I play it
that's a work game for you.
Yeah. I don't like talking about how I play a lot of video games at work. It's going to catch up with me one day. But no, to get into the Anthem beta, I would say we streamed, or I'd say we tried to stream
boy.
the initial few hours of it. And boy, did it not go well. We're like 2 days in at this point. They're still having issues. The whole infinite loading screen there's something wrong with EA Origin accounts where it's like flagging the wrong thing when it's loading you in, and then it like freezes up, and they're trying to get that fixed.
Basically, you try to load into an expedition, and it gets 95% through, and then just freezes you.
Yeah, and it's just like, all right, you sit there. You start looking at your phone because you're loading in, and then you don't realize how long it's been. You're still on the loading screen. You're like, all right, I guess I got to close this out and try again. When we got into a game, you could see it on the stream I did. I think it's about 50 minutes in. The extreme rubber banding
Oh my god.
that we faced.
You were like jumping off a platform, and it just kept putting you back.
Yeah. Like, they were 100% just having, like, server meltdowns. But, I mean, this is what this is for.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it sucks that it's, like, the VIP weekend and this is going to happen, but
The comments
there's always unforeseen issues when your game enters, like, live services. You know what I mean? Like, whatever project build they're working on in-house, they're fixing bugs and stuff, but whenever it launches, there's always new problems that arise.
I'm gonna have to set up a segment about like people's bullshit comments about dumb shit, because reading the comments on people complaining about this beta, it's like, I mean, yeah, they called it a demo, but any normal person has to understand that tons of people are coming into this, and it's not gonna work. It's just not.
The Rudolph sound off. It's the name of your new bit. You sound off against horrible fucking comments.
Now, I already... we'll make that a segment. But I played it, and I got lucky. When I played the mission, I didn't have any of the problems. I guess I played earlier in the day. And
people are still at work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't have any problems with that. I mainly just had problems with... My big problem was the hub world. For a 2019 game, I feel like that hub area was, like, inexcusably terrible. You can't sprint. It's just so many rooms, no mini maps. You can't even like really tell where you're going.
You know what it reminded me of being in that hub world? Like a really shitty version, like early version of Dying Light, where like you're kind of like walking around in first person through like the hub world.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like when you're stuck in that tower or whatever. But like, it would be a little better, I feel like, if you were able to run through it, just to get through it quicker. The fact that the whole game is not in first person and then that tower is in first person is very jarring.
Well, I was listening to an interview with I forget, maybe the game director or something. He wanted the interactions to feel very personal, and he wanted you to feel like people to feel like submerged in like not submerged. I can't even think of the term, but they wanted it to feel like personal,
like involved.
And you wanted to be involved. They didn't want it to just kind of feel like you're watching these things happen. They want you to feel like you're part of it.
Of course. Which I understand. I get that.
But don't make me slog through this tower area like a snail.
Yeah, I get that too.
Man. At least let me jump so when I'm slowly going, I can keep myself occupied by just jumping around.
Did you talk to anybody in the tower? Did you have any other conversations?
Besides Zoe, who kept switching accents on me, no.
Okay, there's a few in there I've had. They're okay.
Did you talk to Zoe yet?
Yeah, it's very, very obnoxious.
It's definitely not one accent. It's definitely switches.
It's like, oh, you gotta get in your javelin, and then we're gonna go, governor.
And then it just goes to straight English.
Yeah.
And then it'll go to like weird Middle Eastern.
Yeah.
It's like, where are we?
And then she gets like super Irish. It's like,
pick one.
Yeah, like what is your accent? But
do we know where this game takes place? It seems like somewhere. They're all like dressed in like I don't even know.
I don't even know if it's supposed to be like this world or like this reality. I don't know what's good. I don't know the story, the lore yet.
You know what the game's environment really reminds me of?
What's that?
It reminds me. I've never seen the movie, so I'm sure this is off base a little bit, but it looks like Avatar to me. Just like these vast jungles, these random blue tiger things with all these fucking weird spikes coming off the back of them.
I see it.
It just looks like shit from Avatar, and I'm not a fan.
Avatar versus Anthem. But no, I mean, yeah, sure. Like problems aside, they're working on it. I think for everyone who was involved in the VIP weekend, they're giving us like an exclusive vinyl because of this whole shit that's happened all week when the game launches, which is dope. I'm like, that's cool.
You think at this point when there's these pre-launch demos, they're just gonna say, "Hey guys, this shit's not gonna work, but for participating, you're gonna get this." So that like, what can people even bitch about at that point?
Exactly.
Oh, the game's not working. They said it's not gonna. They're giving us this because of that.
Yeah, that's like a counteract to. I saw a guy literally being like, "I spent $100 and this is what I get."
I saw someone
It's
saying,
like-
I bought the collector's edition, and my friend who didn't even pre-order is playing right now. Please explain to me how this is happening. And I tweeted the guy, I was like, he probably bought a code off Kingwin for $1.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah. Shout out to Kingwin, you rule.
Yeah. Honestly, like, they don't sponsor us in any way, but Kingwin rules. I can't tell you how many, like, betas I've gotten into for, like, $1 from Kingwin.
Yep.
It fucking rules. And, it lets me try a game before I decide on it.
Yep.
But for all the negatives about Anthem, there were some very high positives for it. For one, the customization. Insane. Love it.
I made a rainbow javelin, and then I made a white and solid gold javelin.
I had like a weird Iron Patriot thing going on, and then afterwards, when the game wasn't working and I could only customize, I made like a Monster Energy Javelin.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it looks
Sponsored.
fucking dope. It's just like black and lime green.
They should really let you like have an emblem maker, like Halo or COD had. You could like paste those, like Rock Band 3 tattoos. Just place them around the javelin.
I could see it. I think a lot of people were hoping vinyls would be that, but they made a creative decision for the vinyls to be kind of like all over designs, which I'm cool with.
You get both.
They look cool.
Just call them stickers, and you can make stickers.
That's true. Yeah, I could see that. But then also, I would say the gameplay itself was very satisfying. It really does feel like I'm fucking Iron Man, like out there. Like the way the hovering works, the flying, all the weapons you kind of use. I was using like a seeking missile. And then I had like grenades that were like kind of heat
missile
seeking.
is actually like one of the highlights of my gameplay. That shit was so cool.
Yeah.
When you get like, I don't know how people were messing it up when I was playing, but like you target like 3 guys and it just like bombards them with shit.
Yeah. The ult you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, the ult is cool. It's kind of like Pharah's ult in Overwatch.
Yeah.
And it's cool because like as I'm playing more, I was starting to learn how to kind of play it a little better. Like, you could fly, and then if you click, like, R3, you go into, like, a hover.
Yeah.
And then you can kind of, like, hover over the area. Like, I can't tell you how great it felt to, like, nosedive over a boss I had to face and just unload on him with the barrage. And it just felt so fucking badass. And I love that.
The flying was, like, the high point for me. The gunplay, I put out a little review on my own Twitter about how I felt about the game. The combat I thought was going to be better. But
Yeah.
The flying was great. The only thing I didn't like about the flying was it doesn't last very long. I'm sure it'll last longer, but
I felt it lasting longer as I got, like, better gear.
Through the gameplay demos they showed at events, it kind of just seemed like you could just fly though. So I was a little upset about that, but I'm sure it gets better. It just maneuverability we've never really had in a game, and I'm hoping that people take some lessons from them, honestly, because like that's honestly really cool. Even if there's nothing to do, like, it's always fun to just fly all the way up somewhere and just drop down.
Oh, yeah. I know there's comparisons to Destiny nonstop with this game, and I get it. It's kind of like a looter shooter set in, like, a sci-fi universe. But that's where the parallels really end. I mean, to me, this game feels more like... first of all, it's not a first-person shooter.
Yeah.
So, like, it just ends with the Destiny comparisons.
It's literally the reverse. The hub is first person, the world is third person.
Yeah.
Destiny's the reverse of that.
Yeah. And this, like, there's no PvP. It's a co-op game. And the story elements that they gave us, at least in the demo, I thought were pretty entertaining. The way Matthias turns into, like, 3 people and they all kind of have, like, his 3 personalities was pretty funny.
See, I thought that was strange. Like, maybe when you get more context to that character.
Yeah.
Because, like, he seemed just generally wacky and, like, in himself.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know you like that, so
That's why it's
I
a
need
demo.
to see more.
But then like, well, I actually got to play the mission like one past you. I got back on later that night, and it's basically telling you that there's like reality decay, where like you got to fix him before like they die because they're not all together as like one person, and like the one guy left, and he's just like, how long do I have? And the Matthias just turns around, he's like, I smell burnt toast. Like,
so they're gonna be a silly game.
well, yeah, I mean, BioWare is always known for their vast stories.
I've never
So,
played
like,
a BioWare game.
Yeah, I mean, I played a little Mass Effect, but like that game was praised for like just its storytelling and the world it builds.
And being able to bang.
So yes, exactly. Fortunately, I don't think you can bang much in this game.
You cannot. You can have besties apparently.
Hell yeah.
Apparently, like, I think if you interact with people and do their challenges, they actually might change relationships with you. Not like romantic relationships.
But just like
be closer,
friendly.
be the boys.
Yeah, the squad. But from what I've seen, the storytelling will be there, and it's going to be a good story. And I think that's it. I think it's more of a story game. It's just a co-op story game. You know,
Definitely.
More than like a Destiny live kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Something I was hoping to see, and I don't think we're going to get here in the demo. I don't know how long the demo was.
Yeah, I think it's still going, but there's another one next weekend.
I just kind of feel like they shouldn't have given us missions in that jungle area if there are other environments, because we've seen it so much, and I feel like, I mean, I don't even know if there's other areas.
I don't either.
It just
I have
feels
no
like the
idea.
same area constantly, though.
I guess we'll have to see. Like,
Because, like, no matter what they do, there's a Destiny comparison.
oh no, yeah, of course, there always will be.
Like, even
Any live service game is compared to Destiny because they were the first
especially
to do it.
looter
Really.
shooter. But
Yeah,
the thing
like Division 2 gets compared to Destiny.
they need to look at what Destiny did and do it better. Like, remember back to Destiny 1, going to the moon for the first time and how beautiful that environment was. Show off a little bit of that. Like, you have to be able to beat that.
Exactly.
That just-
you have to give me those moments.
Yeah, like, because, like, the Destiny 1 environments were so beautiful, and, like, these ones aren't, like, by no means they're not ugly, they're just generic.
Yeah.
We're just in a jungle. I could be in Halo 1, I could be in Halo 3, I could be in Destiny and the EDZ.
It's a jungle.
It's just a jungle. I need something.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. So I guess we'll see. I don't know how long this beta continues to run, but I know there's the beta next week.
I also have one complaint. Sorry.
Our progress carries over into next week, and then it does not carry over into full game.
That's a strange decision, but I'll
well,
take
because the beta we're playing is in the middle of the game,
it. Yeah.
and they're starting us at level 10. So like it wouldn't make sense to then start the game we're all level 15.
That's true.
Like,
I have one more complaint. I've seen people complaining about it. Apparently, I didn't try to, but apparently you can't switch guns mid-mission.
no, you can.
Like,
I mean, you can't like go like switch your loadout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's-
No, you're locked.
I guess, I mean, maybe it won't matter. I'm sure once you get to a higher level,
it's another thing of like that's how it would be really. Like
Yeah.
if you left your base with an assault rifle and a shotgun, you can't then be like, oh fuck, I really want that sniper I left at base. You know what I mean? Like you can't. I get video game is video game.
Now, did you?
But I like that.
Did you pick your second javelin yet?
No.
Because I hear Interceptor is a melee class.
Yes.
Now I wonder, do I actually get different melee weapons, or is it just that weird stick you use when you're doing your basic melee? Because that felt fun, like the cool, like the hard swing you do, where like if you're in the air you slam it down.
Yeah.
And I would love to see that with more weapons and just like more mechanics based around which weapon you're holding.
I'm hoping to be able to jump back in tonight if it's still up.
Yeah,
I
I'd
don't
have
know,
to jump
yeah.
in. We could do a little streaming.
Yeah. I mean, you'll have to stream. I'm kind of out of the stream game until Tuesday.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, in case you haven't seen, I ordered a new capture card because mine is kind of being weird as fuck.
Yeah, I bought mine, and I wasn't even like really sure about what it was.
Yeah, but no, you bought the newer model than mine.
Mine's like newer, and the capture is like instant, so I don't have to worry about delay at all.
Yeah, you have the 60S. I just have the regular 60.
Yeah, and then I was looking at, we were watching his stream, and he was having some crazy weird delays.
Yeah.
So
It's just like I've always had that, but for some reason my webcam and mic aren't syncing up when I
Yeah.
have them programmed to delay for the same amount of time.
So just keep in mind, if you're ever going to buy a capture card, Elgato 60
S.
HDS.
S or higher, because there
Yeah.
are
Make
advanced
sure it has
models.
the instant gameplay capture. Because then
Yeah.
it's just nice and smooth and good to go.
All
Let's
right.
move on.
Let's go into a bit of news.
Do-do-do. We need a news jingle.
Well, you had your thing last week. You just went news.
News.
Yeah.
I can't remember a week ago.
I remembered. Okay, so the first bit of news, we got some Nintendo stuff going down right now.
Oh boy.
Number one on the news this week, Nintendo Switch best-selling console of 2018 in the U.S. Now, this article I got from Colin Stevens at IGN. It says, Nintendo Switch has reached the highest annual sales, both in dollar sales and units sold, for any hardware platform since PS4 broke the previous record in 2015. Throughout the year, NPD has reported PS4 as the best-selling console of 2018, though in November, Nintendo beat it out for a single month. It appears Switch's holiday success snowballed and ultimately put it above PS4 in the US for 2018. That's great. You know what I mean? I remember being here at the launch of Switch, and they didn't know if this thing was going to be a success or not, and it was kind of like a last resort.
I remember pre-Switch announcements when the question was, what's going to happen to Nintendo? Are they just going to be a game publisher soon?
Yeah, like that was a legitimate fear, was that this console was not going to do well, and they were just going to be game publishers.
Dude, they were smart. They used them. They knew that the 3DS sold well because it was a great handheld device, but they know people want the console, but just mash them together, and they gave everyone what they wanted, and it's showing.
Yeah, I do have to say, I have to play a little bit of like devil's advocate here. I mean, you have two consoles here in different cycles of their life.
Yes.
Obviously, the Switch entering year 3 now, and PS4 entering like, what is this, 7, 6?
I don't know.
And like
2012, would it come out in 2013?
People are starting to, it's gaining traction. It looks like we're going to see new consoles probably. They're going to be out no later than the end of 2020. Like, we have about a year and a half left on these consoles. And, you know, it's like, how many people are buying them right now? I mean, don't get me wrong. It's still impressive that they beat them out for the year.
And for PS4, honestly, people are still buying a shit ton of them.
Yeah. And for it to say they beat out the record of 2015, which was a peak year for PS4.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
I would love to be able to see all of their numbers specifically. Especially
Yeah.
Xbox. I think,
They never really put those out, though.
I think Switch is coming up on that Xbox number, honestly.
They should be. You know what I mean? And that comes down to, once again, that Nintendo has games.
And so does PlayStation.
I'm sure someone listening right now is like, oh, they just have fucking Mario. But it's like, Mario is better than, like, just having, like, Master Chief.
Yeah.
Like,
and
Nintendo has a whole cast of, like, first-party games, and they have their market.
And not even
and
that.
their market sells. You know what I mean?
With Mario, you have his side-scrollers, you have his tennis game, you have his kart racing game. Give me Master Chief Tennis, then we'll talk.
Son, hear me out on this. Kingdom Carts.
Oh my god.
Kingdom Carts 3. I can't wait. No, like I said, it's great news. I'm happy for Nintendo. I'm happy that they're back to a state of, like, this amazing, like, generation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because
I feel like we haven't had a fun generation of Nintendo like this.
Oh, for
I
sure.
would say this reminds me of, like, GameCube as far as releases, because they have so many third parties again.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Because, like, I bought a Wii, not at launch. I bought it from a friend, I think really just for maybe Smash or something.
Yeah.
The Wii was a gimmick. It sold well because everyone and their grandma loved Wii Sports, but this wasn't, like, a great console.
I'll still never forgive Matt for what he did to me in tennis.
And then Wii U was just honestly a bust. Like, it had some good ideas, but they were poorly executed. So I haven't really owned a console of Nintendo that I really loved since the GameCube. So Nintendo Switch just hit all the cylinders, really. Just checked all those boxes on things that are good and things that are bad.
And don't forget, you impulse bought a Switch.
Yeah.
You came with me to get mine, and you were on that line, and you're like, fuck, man, do I buy a Switch right now?
So what
I was
happened?
like, I mean, you're standing right
Here's the
here.
story for that. Angie was going to buy a Switch, and I was bored, so I was like, fuck it. I'll wait in line with you in front of Best Buy. Wish I didn't. It was really cold. We were waiting there probably like 3.5 hours in total, but when they came around with the list of, do you want the color Joy-Cons or the black ones? I was like, fuck, I want a Switch.
Yeah, that was what told you.
I was just like black, and I think you were like surprised by hearing me like mention one. Oh man, but it's such a good impulse buy.
I think I was surprised by you making the wrong choice of black Joy-Con.
Nah, man, that shit looks sleek.
Nah, it's all about the colors.
Damn.
I got those neon yellows. They're fucking dope.
Oh, I mean, if they had that as an option at the beginning, of course I would have went with them.
So the next bit of news we have, sticking in the Nintendo world, Nintendo restarting development on Metroid Prime 4. Now, of course, Nintendo put out a video, and they kind of said that, yeah, I appreciate it. It was, like, honest. It was like, look, development's not going the way we want it to. We've teamed up with Retro, who worked on the original Metroid Prime, and we're going to restart the development of 4. So basically everything you knew about how long you've been waiting, how long it's been since they announced it, it's got to be coming soon, like...
Out the window.
Out your mind.
See you in 2022,
yeah,
2023.
like, fucking, you got years to come. But what was interesting to me is this gentleman, Imran Khan from Game Informer, had a few tweets on the matter yesterday. And he said, hearing the big problem with Metroid Prime 4's development was Nintendo's experimental ad hoc development process. It was being made in parts in different countries. Some studios were trucking along saying it was going smoothly while it was on fire somewhere else. Internal thinking was that it needs to be all under one roof to right this ship. Interestingly enough, Retro made the pitch for their involvement and put together a demo that Nintendo really liked.
You see, that confuses me when I heard that, because were they not approached at first?
I guess not. From everything I know, from the rumblings I've heard, Retro's been working on a game. The big rumor of what they've been working on is a Star Fox like racing game,
which I don't think was real. Actually, no, because I've heard people say that game was playable in a form.
Or something else Imran said was that it seems like the Metroid Prime trilogy is done, and like he keeps saying it was supposed to be announced in December, maybe not Game Awards, but it was supposed to be in December. He doesn't know what happened, but they're sitting on that right now. Maybe Retro is working on that.
Oh, well, you definitely don't want to release that now and then in like 2 years have the 4th game. You
of
want
course.
You want that to be close to build the hype. Maybe like 6...
Kind of like
12,
Bayonetta like kind of did.
Yeah, like 6 to 12 months out.
Yeah. But, I mean, it just seems weird from what it was doing at the jump, where like different studios around the world were working on parts of Metroid Prime, and then it was like a dumpster fire, and they're like, oh, we got to kind of restart this.
See, I have no context for the Metroid series. I think I rented one from like Blockbuster or something and played for like a minute and had no idea what I was doing.
No, I feel that. I've like strictly known about Samus through Smash.
I would love to have like a dope HD remake, and I would love to play that series, and like any like mascot-y characters that I don't know, I would always love to give a chance and
of course
try to play. Especially because Metroid Prime 4, like Nintendo making an FPS in 2019, well, not 2019 anymore, but like a modern day Nintendo FPS, which is a genre they never really do in general.
Like, I want to be on board for that.
Yeah. Would it come with a multiplayer? That'd be nuts.
Right?
Just like a fucking deathmatch.
Just like, fuck your Splatoon, we're making Metroid Prime online.
Oh, hell yeah.
That'd be crazy.
I mean, with Splatoon, clearly Nintendo understands what makes a shooter fun.
Of course.
So what are they going to do with this one to make it different?
Yeah. But I think Nintendo's going to be like, we're going to let people have guns and shoot each other? I don't know.
It's never... Hey, man, you know, with that, the fact that they give you the Duck Hunt pistol in Splatoon as a weapon is really strange.
That's actually really true.
Get down!
Okay, so now getting off Nintendo, now we move on to a bit of Fallout 76 news. Of course, unanimously everyone's Game of the Year last year, Fallout 76.
What was it, number 4 on our list?
Yeah, I think so, something like that. But, move over God of War. Here comes Fallout 76. They are reportedly not going free-to-play.
Now, what was that? People were tweeting that rumor, and then they just kind of responded to it?
Yes, well, as written by Oscar Deus over at GameSpot, he says, Bethesda developer and publisher of Fallout 76 has denied the PS4, Xbox One, and PC game is going free-to-play. Rumors of the online title switching its payment model surfaced after consumers noted at least one retailer was no longer stocking standard versions of the game. However, it seems that it was simply a decision made by the retailer to place greater emphasis on special editions. Bethesda itself stated, there is no truth to this rumor, while Australian store EB Games confirmed that it still plans on supporting the boxed edition of the game both in-store and online. I didn't think this game was going free to play.
Neither did I.
This kind of was like a non-story, but I kind of wanted to talk about it because it's interesting.
Hey man, remember, Fortnite was not popular until they had a big update and added Battle Royale, so anything can happen.
Kind of went free to play. But to me, it just seems like people will still find any reason to fucking hate this game.
So last night, me and 2 of my friends actually jumped on and played it. Mm-hmm. And it felt fine. There was significantly less bugs. There's like... For example, here's a pro and a con. Pro, the pause menu to load the map, way faster. Definitely.
Hell
way
yeah.
faster. John, our friend John got disconnected like twice.
Really? Is that still happening?
Still happening. But yeah, I was playing it last night and it's still fun. And we were talking about how people hate the game, kind of unjustly, like, yeah, there's plenty wrong with the game, and they probably should have called it like early access when they launched, but this game isn't fundamentally bad.
No.
And but I was also thinking about, like, we're kind of in a strange place. Like, you know how they recently announced the hardcore mode where there's no PvP restrictions?
It's my next news story. So let's get into that. Fallout 76 adds survival mode.
Woo!
As written on, I got this from Forbes.com. They said, survival mode removes PvP restrictions, will automatically deem all players hostile by default. There will be some manner of level scaling as well. So even if you're a level 50, picking a fight with a level 10, they will pose some risk to you all the same. There will be bonus caps for player kills in this mode, and you can't respawn near them to seek vengeance if you die. Ooh. You also may not drop just your junk, but extremely valuable aid items when you die as well, making this an incredibly precarious mode to play through. Sorry, losing my voice. One of the most controversial aspects of survival mode is that while you can create a new character for it, which they recommend, you can also use your current adventure character in it. Progress will be saved across both modes, so if you die in survival and lose 8 items, you can't just log back into adventure and see them return.
That's awesome. Now I know,
but a lot of people don't like it.
Well, that's what they wanted.
Yeah.
This mode was added because people asked for it.
And now I'm reading, like, in certain articles, people are like from, you know, certain, I guess, industry people that are reporting on it, and they're kind of like, well, they already had this weird system in place for PvE so that we couldn't kill each other, and now they're just doing this instead of fixing bugs. It's like, what?
I think it's two different teams.
Nobody will ever be fully happy.
See, here's the thing. This hardcore mode, back to what I was saying previously, this was added because people wanted it. This is probably something they didn't really care about, and that's probably why it's set up the way it is. So we're in this weird place with Fallout 76 where I feel like they're taking a lot of community input on additions. So, like, if the community wants something hard enough, I think they're going to get it.
Yeah, which is cool.
But, like, were you expecting to be able to clone your character and have a separate file? No, because look at Minecraft, for example. These are all, like, server-based type things.
Of course. It's like an instance you load into. And
yeah, the fact that you can even take your adventure mode character in there is honestly
impressive.
Yeah, like whenever I play by myself, like I always see people over level 100 still, and like they're gonna be fine in hardcore mode probably. This isn't for you, Mr. Joe Schmo, who played this game for 5 minutes and called it a piece of shit. This is for people who really want to get into the game and play it like hardcore.
Son, I'm just waiting for it to play I Told You So with all these people who are reporting on the game, being like, it's not good, it's not good. Wait for a year from now, where this game is pretty solid. The same way we've seen with No Man's Sky. The same way we're seeing with Sea of Thieves.
Yep.
All these games, like a year in, kind of have these great resurgences.
We played for like 2 hours last night. I just wanted to go through a couple of main quests, because my thing with the game is, this game is not a hard platinum. Like, this is a game that if you just play the story, you're probably going to get the platinum, because there's not much else besides that in terms of trophies. So I was like, let me chip away at some. So we just go into some main quest. Our friend John Todd was on that quest. Our other friend John Conway was the quest after that. So we just did a couple of main quests, really, and just kind of crushed through and had a fun time.
Yeah, it's like it's a fun game.
Yeah.
Like I keep saying, man, games like that are not fun by yourself. Play with friends.
Definitely not.
Yeah. And again, if you're just someone who likes single-player games, doesn't really play anything online with friends, don't play this game. There's like 4 other Fallouts you can play. And
I believe they're adding an offline mode, so you can play by yourself.
Which is cool. Like, I'm very cool with that.
But you gotta remember, this, like, some people like the Elder Scrolls. People didn't like the Elder Scrolls Online. I guess it's a shitty example because it's the same company, but
I think there's something really fascinating going on in the industry where it's there's this like bias against online games where like if any company like tries to do like in one of these online games or like a live service game or anything, they get like chastised to hell. As far as like, why aren't you just making single player games? We want single player games. Why I don't play online. This game has no interest to me. But like when single player games come out, you don't hear people who play online being like, why isn't there team deathmatch in this?
Oh yeah.
Why aren't there online components? Why can't I? Like, it's like, why is there this weird insecurity with people who solely play single player that feel the need to complain when there's online aspects? It's like they're never forced on you.
This is the thing about that. So Fallout 76, I honestly do think is a cash grab in a way. They didn't make this game without knowing, oh, we put microtransactions in for cosmetics. People are going to pay money for them. But the thing about it is, people in the video game community, like all the customers, they seem to have a problem when a game studio doesn't break even on a game. Like, if you implement ways to continuously make money, that's not a crime. These people aren't out there to just make a game and get just the amount of money they spent back.
Yeah.
They need to be able to make more. Like,
They need to keep servers up.
look at what Epic has done with the excess money from Fortnite. Like, the changes to Battle Royale they made probably cost them almost nothing compared to how much they made off that mode. And they're making a game store to compete with Steam, which is giving Steam a run for its money now. So all these developers are now getting better payouts. So, like, these studios need to be able to make more than just breaking even on what they spent to make the game.
Because if you break even, what did you gain?
Yeah, and like people like to act like it's a crime. Like, oh, they're just making this game so they can have a store and you can pay money for microtransactions. Yeah, who cares? Why is that a bad thing? Don't pay for them. You don't have to.
You never have to.
This
and
is
if
how
you do have to, we give it shit like Battlefront 2.
Yeah, like this is like there's also not no care in Fallout 76. Like they cared about the story. There is a little bit of story. Personally, I don't care about it because I just wanna beat up stuff with my sledgehammer because it's fun. But yeah, I think everyone honestly needs ways of making money because a lot of these people who complain, they didn't exist back in the days of Halo 2. Oh shit, my friend bought the map pack. I can't play with them unless I buy the map pack. That's what we're going to go back to if people start getting rid of these cosmetic stores.
Yeah,
honestly.
and it's not a way to be because that was always like the worst.
Oh, it was always... Dude, my friend will buy like one bullshit $2 expansion in Saints Row 3 and I can't play in co-op with them anymore because they have like one vehicle that I don't.
Yeah. like there would be like 7 Gears of War map packs and if you didn't have the same exact ones your friend had, you couldn't play with them. It's like...
There's no way to switch it to just play with those maps. But yeah, like there's nothing wrong with these stores. You gotta... Yes, they're making this to make money. A little differently than they've made Fallout 4 to make money. A little bit different tensions of having microtransactions, but it's all the same.
See, I kind of go back to your point about saying it's a cash grab, and I don't really agree because the way I see this game is like they see Elder Scrolls Online, and the way that was, and it was a separate entity from actual Elder Scrolls. Mm-hmm. And it was something that kept those fans happy for a while. At least the ones that played it.
They just came out with an expansion. I think they're very happy.
Yeah, well, I see, like, the way I see it is that there's a diehard community for Fallout. You are not getting a Fallout game for, like, at least, like, 8 more years.
Yeah.
Because they are going to work on Elder Scrolls 6, and they're going to work on Starfield. Fallout is done for a little bit. So this is your Fallout that they can have a small team to continuously do updates on, continue to give you new content, and keep giving you those Fallout experiences until we get Fallout 5 for the PS5 and Xbox 890 in fucking 2027.
They just wanted the content that Fallout 76 would have over the span of 5 years all in one package right there.
Yeah.
And that's what people expected, and
people wanted Fallout 5, and it wasn't Fallout 5.
Yeah.
Or New Vegas, and it wasn't New Vegas.
Yep.
They were like, New Vegas was a side game. This is the new side game.
Oh, well, every Fallout they want New Vegas, and y'all gotta stop because that ain't happening again.
Yeah. There's whatever that new game they're doing is that we saw at the Game Awards.
Yep.
That looks like Borderlands meets Fallout. Let's play that.
Jumping in last night, Fallout 76 was a lot of fun.
I'm glad to hear it because it's a game I am looking to get back into. The thing is, right now, we're in the calm before the storm. We got Kingdom Hearts 3 in a few days.
It's already preloaded on my console.
Yeah.
I'm hard, baby.
It's there. We got Anthem around the corner. We got Division coming up. We got Days Gone on the back burner.
I was actually trying to look up workarounds to get a preloaded game to launch on your console.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way.
Nope, you can't do it. It's not like the old GameCube days. You can just change the date on your console. It's got to connect to online and then online trigger something.
Make it Thanksgiving in Animal Crossing.
I used to do that in Simpsons Hit and Run. Because you could change the world with like certain dates. Like I think on Christmas it would like snow.
What?
Yeah, it was like crazy.
What?
There was like it was like make it like a little Christmassy. It was great.
That's awesome. I did not know that.
yeah, that was cool. But yeah, so there was only one more news thing we wanted to get into. It's not a formal news story. There was no reports on it really. Just something you might have seen in passing on social media. This game Dreams that is coming out on PlayStation. It's kind of for those of you that don't know the game, it's almost like a creative platform. You can make your own games in it. You can make your own like pieces of games.
You can make music in it.
Yeah, you can make music. It's like a platform for creativity.
Yeah.
You could make like a cabinet, and then someone could use your cabinet in their game, and you get XP because their levels get played, and your cabinet's in that level, and it's getting used. And it's just going to be a really cool thing. However, there's currently a beta out for like
the creative mode.
Creative mode.
Because you can just play this game solely by playing people's maps.
However, there is an NDA on it.
Yes.
So
it's being very much broken right now.
Yeah, if you look on social media, you can see it being very much broken. Two things that really stuck out to us that we saw was a completely reenacted level of PT, which was Hideo Kojima's playable trailer for the Silent Hills game. That didn't happen.
Regardless, so what was in the video was him walking down a hallway. You look at a radio, and it's playing the radio thing from the game, which, yes, you can apparently upload by, I think...
Audio bits.
Yeah, you can upload audio. But it's just him, like, walking down the hallway, acknowledging the radio, and continuing. I'm sure you could add more, but, the question... did you want to mention the other one, too, or...
The only other one was the Mario level.
Yeah, someone made like a World 1-1 from Super Mario Brothers, and more of the PT one. The PT one was like to scale that area of the map and the audio bits, and then the Mario one was they got the sprites down. The color scheme was a little dark, but they had the Mario music playing. So what the question right now is going around is this game gonna get sued?
Yeah, like what is the creative limits that you're able to do? Like if you're using the music from Mario and like the sprite of Mario, like is Nintendo gonna be on their doorstep being like, the fuck are you guys doing? Does it come down to that they're not paying for the level, so it's kind of a parody law? Like what is the rule here?
See, because like here's the thing you can do. Let's take Minecraft and let's take Dreams. Say in Minecraft you make a little arena and you put a chicken on one side and like a spider on the other side, and then in Dreams you fully make a Pokemon Stadium clone. Where is the divide? Like you could call this one in Minecraft, you could call it Pokemon, but it's like you made it with what you could,
and it doesn't look like Pokemon. It looks like Minecraft.
But in Dreams you do the same thing, but you have more tools to make it. Where's the line where it's not parody anymore?
Of course.
Is it just the fact that you don't pay?
And like, what's the future of this if there's like a cool indie game, like look at Celeste. What would happen if Celeste came out and then some guy just remade Celeste in Dreams?
Which is definitely going to happen.
And then people just start playing Celeste in Dreams because they already own Dreams, and you don't go buy Celeste. Like, you know what I mean? Where is this game like too real? Like, what is this going to be?
And now that I'm going to talk about, which I don't know if you've had any experiences, a couple of years ago, a little game called Project Spark existed on the Xbox.
Played a little bit of it.
I played the same thing. I played Mario 1-1. I played games where like you pick Pokemon and you fight each other. I've played Attack on Titan-esque playing games. The only thing that was different was this game did not give you these really advanced tools. So your things were clearly in Project Spark. They were clearly built in that game. But in Dreams, it's way more advanced, so it could be deceiving. Like, oh, this looks like something real. But, like, did that game maybe get sued? Is that why that game doesn't exist anymore?
Maybe. What I could see happening, if it's a real issue, is that maybe Dreams is going to take down these levels if they are literally like a copy of another game. And it's supposed to, like, no, this is a creative outlet. And you're supposed to make your own.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, Mario 1-1... they had to know from the start.
Someone was going to make that.
Yeah. You give us the option to upload music. I think you just, like, put it on a USB stick and plug it in. You can go in with VR and Move controllers and literally, like, 3D craft character models. We haven't even scratched the surface of what this game is going to be.
This game's going to be so much fun.
How many people that are amazing creators probably just weren't on that newsletter where you got selected for this beta? And we're already getting these beautiful things.
How fun is it going to be to watch on Twitch in, like, the art section? Or, like, on the section of Dreams, and you just hang out with a guy, and he's just building models.
Oh, dude.
You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be a game changer.
Imagine the way the artists can get real-life paid by, say, like, hey, can you sculpt me in Dreams as a character model?
Yeah, of course. You can take commissions to make stuff in Dreams.
You can absolutely. Like, I think this game is underrated for what it's going to be, but we're very curious on the parody thing. But granted, I feel like they had to know. Like I said, they had to know that someone's like, oh, we're going to make Mario World 1-1 super easy to recreate. Are we going to get sued as soon as the customer makes this?
I have to assume they're looking into this.
I think, see...
It's going to be something we're going to have to stay tuned with, you know? Like, it's not...
I don't think I've mentioned this to you off camera or not. When I worked at a t-shirt shop, if someone, say, sent us a photo from the internet, putting that on a shirt was apparently illegal, but if we had our artists redraw the exact same image, it was illegal that way or something like that. I guess it's like, if you're hand-making these assets, I think it might be legal. Now, the only thing that combats that is all these, like, Metroid fan games or Pokemon fan games. I'm pretty sure they were also just remade from scratch by these people, too, and they got shut down. The only thing I don't know is, did these sites take donations? Because even if you call it a donation, it's still not okay that way.
But then does it become a thing of, if you paid for Dreams, they're getting money, and then people are recreating it? Like, it's just... I don't know how they're going to avoid a lawsuit. But I guess we're going to have to see. Maybe they have to know some workaround that they're letting this happen.
Oh, absolutely.
So we recommend you go online. Definitely look up the PT and Mario ones. If you find any other ones...
The PT one's easier to find than Mario. You need to look up... If you search the Mario one on Reddit, in the comments of the one that's going to bring you to, there's a mirror link. It's a couple down. It's not easy to find, just normally.
But if you find any others, send them our way at Bulldog Gaming. We'd love to check those out.
Because I heard that there was also, like... We've seen Mario Kart ones. There's no Mario-esque things in it, but the drift mechanic is there, and it looks good. Mm-hmm. And I heard that there was Sonic, which I'm super hyped to see.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Send Sonic our way, because I'd love to see recreated Sonic.
Yeah, and like let us know. Let us know what you think, what the creative grounds are for this, because it's something we're just interested in.
If you're a lawyer and for some reason listening to our podcast and you have experience in this parody field, let us know.
Absolutely.
But we're also jazzed on the game overall. Though.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be dope.
We want to know what we can expect from this game, because the community is relentless with.
Like, I don't know how much I'm gonna be a creator, but I can't wait to just jump in and play a lot of these things. Like, think of the great variety streams we could have, where we just jump in some levels.
I want to make a stupid game starring me.
No, I do too. I want to make something dumb.
Oh god, that'd be so funny.
Right?
Brian's adventure.
Brian's dumb adventure.
Oh, gotta find time to whack it today. Go through like a 2D platforming level to get to the lotion.
You gotta dodge like bananas in the kitchen.
Oh god.
All right, well, on that note, I think that's going to do it for Bulldog Gaming this week. Once again, be sure to check us out on Twitter at Bulldog Gaming, twitch.tv/Bulldog Gaming. We're going to continuously be streaming. I know once I get my new Capture Card Tuesday, I'm going to be doing a lot more. And we hope to see you then. Brian, any last thoughts before we head out?
I love you.
I love you too. And see ya next week.
News.